thumbnail? What's that?
Actually, when you post the video, you gotta have a thumb, like a picture.
Yeah.
As you know, when you
Oh, like a tag.
Yeah, no, not a tag, but like when you post it. Yo, what's up, YouTube? This is the Side Dynamic of Shay.
And Don.
And we are back at it again today with our special guest,
Keseelliott,
co-founder of GVO, which stands for Good Vibez Only. And right now, what we doing?
Alright, so it's Mental Health Awareness Month, and we wanted to shine some light on mental health. So we decided that we weren't just going to sit and have a little talk about it. We were going to show how mental health has been portrayed in the media over the past years. Being that everybody is home during this world crisis, we think it's a good way to give you guys some movies to enjoy, but also just to bring some awareness to something that's very important into our society right now. So we thought it would be a good way to collaborate with Keese and talk about his brand a little bit. So Keese, we're going to let you just go ahead and do some discussing on what your brand is, you know, how you guys came up with it, how does your brand differ from other brands that are out?
Right. Thank you guys for having me, first of all. But you know, Good Vibez started about a year ago. You know, my business partner Sean, most of y'all know him. He came with me to the idea of, you know, he didn't want to just be a clothing brand because for him personally, you know, for him growing up, he dealt with a lot of like, you know, suicidal thoughts. He dealt with a lot of like, you know, mental health, you know, disorders in which we represent. So for him, he was big on fashion as well. So like, you know, aside from just wanting to be fashionable, aside from just wanting to be the regular, you know, a regular brand, he said, you know, why not represent something more, right? Why not represent the people who can't represent themselves? Why not shed light on the people who feel like, you know, they only by themselves? So, you know, Good Vibez only just stem from, you know, us as being, you know, good individuals, us just wanting to shed light on, you know, mental health and really bringing out awareness because, you know, a lot of the times, a lot of the people that deal with these things, they don't necessarily know how to cope with it. They don't know, like, you know, they have people who's dealing with the same things. Mm-hmm. So, you know, for Sean, for him personally, he kind of like, you know, he dealt with these things personally. So for him, you know, it meant much more to him to not just represent, you know, fashion and just be the regular average brand. He wanted to do something more, something that was more meaningful. So, you know, he reached out to me. We came together. We just made it, you know, what it was today, right? Just, you know, made it, you know, more about mental health. And, you know, that's kind of how it all just came about. And that's kind of what Good Vibez is.
Alright. So, like I said, we're going to use this segment kind of to watch some clips of some movies that we've chosen that depict some mental health scenes where they talk about mental health illnesses and stuff like that. And we're just sitting on kind of discuss those different illnesses and, yeah.
You also bring light on how your business can help people dealing with that too, cause I know people be dealing with some things, and y'all got a lot of stuff going on. So.
Yeah, so you know, in terms of how our brand could kind of shed light on these things, the way we kind of incorporated, I'll just talk about that. The way we kind of incorporated the whole mental health thing was we couldn't necessarily really do anything physical or anything hands-on. So we were just saying, you know, with the clothing that we do make. Every piece of, you know, every color that we have is going to represent a certain disorder, right? And some specific designs that we bring to life, like, you know, for this shirt here that has a heart on it, this kind of represents, you know, everybody, right? Because it's kind of like, it looks like an earth, right? So it's kind of just showing that we love everybody, right? It's kind of showing that, you know, even though you're dealing with these things, when we have on certain colors, when we have this heart design on, it's kind of just showing that, look, we love everybody. Everybody's going through certain things, like you said, and then, you know, when somebody's wearing a certain color that might represent something, it's just to let people know, like, look, you're not by yourself. You know, it's a lot of other people dealing with it, so we just want to kind of represent y'all and let y'all know, like, look, you know, we all gonna come together, and it's all love at the end of the day, right? So, I think that's kind of what makes us different because, you know, not only with the clothing, you know, we do a lot of community service work. We do a lot of things that a lot of regular brands don't do. Now, it's not to say, like, you know, we're better than anybody else or to say that, you know, we compete with anybody. We're just saying, like, you know, for regular brands, they don't really incorporate a lot of these things, you know, to their businesses. So for us, it was kind of like, you know, we're big on service, we're big on giving back, we give on representing not only ourselves, but where we come from and those who kind of need, you know, that awareness shedded, you know, on them. So that's kind of how we incorporated it, just to, you know, show love for everybody, and that's kind of how we got the colors to kind of incorporate with it and all that good stuff. So.
And I think that your brand is definitely dope. just for that simple fact that not only is it like a stylish brand, like something you could just wear every day and rock out, like, you know, you can go out and people are like, yo, that's fire, you know, that's a fire fit. But also the colors that you're wearing and representing are also representing somebody who has a mental health illness or has issues or dealing with mental health. You know, we're bringing awareness to that by just wearing that color with the brand on it. Sorry.
Yo,
I'm not gonna lie. I couldn't get back to it.
that's not my patient.
I said,
Oh no.
what that is, but
Wasn't gonna lie,
that threw me off. I'm not gonna hold you.
Care about Frankie. Except for Mama. Mr. Pete.
But you tried to help her, don't you?
When I care.
What stops you?
Come back a little bit.
Good Lord.
What? Nah.
What?
Yeah, she just did a whole 360.
That's... Damn.
Yo.
That's who I'm speaking
What would
with.
be?
Well, you never end a sentence with a preposition, Doctor.
Drink your
Isn't
wine.
that what we were taught in school?
You want to drink it on? You want to drink it on?
Yo, wow. That was different.
That's different. I'm not gonna hold you. That was different.
That was definitely different. Wow. I ain't expect that to start. Yo, the light just wow. All right. I thought she was just gonna like just automatically just switch it to a different person.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I couldn't. I don't know.
I mean, just based off of that, though, I don't even, like, sheesh. I mean, because me personally, you know, even with the brand, like, we've never really known or dealt with somebody who kind of, like, really experienced, you know, the personality disorder. So it's kind of different just seeing that. Just like, you know, how fast she switched on and off from, like, one character to the next, and knowing that was only just one out of many. Right. Different personalities. That's kind of different. But for, like, you know, for people who do deal with that, like, it's scary. Like, you know, it's scary. Like, who knows how to, you know, cope with stuff like that. So yeah, that kind of caught me off guard, to be honest.
I can hear your thoughts,
Well,
Nathaniel.
then I suggest you do better.
They can hear your thoughts, Nathaniel.
Marlon, you're the second I
This is a beat.
I couldn't imagine like hearing
Yeah,
voices in
right.
my head all the time.
And you think it's just listening to the people who say,
Yeah.
that's a scary thing.
There's no hiding the whiteness. Whenever I turn you whiteness. No hiding. Whiteness. Whiteness.
That's great.
Yo.
Sheesh.
This is crazy.
These are actually some really good
Those are really
movies.
good. Yeah, that's a good one. I think I could actually talk a bit about, not really too much detail, but when I was in middle school, I think when I was in middle school, a good friend of mine at the time, we don't talk too much right now, but I think if I'm not mistaken, he said he was diagnosed with schizophrenia. So I can't speak to the level of complexity that it was, but he was diagnosed with it, and I could just tell just by you know, where he is now. It's really something that's challenging to grow up with, right? You know, any mental health disorder is very challenging to kind of cope with growing up, but for him personally, you know, I have him on social media. He's doing well, but he still struggles with it, to say the least. So, you know, for people that do deal with that, you know, it's challenging, right? Nobody knows how to deal with, you know, listening to multiple voices coming into your head and stuff like that. But, you know, to say that I've actually been friends with somebody that dealt with it and to see that he's still doing fine, you know, it gives people hope though, right? Even though it's something that's, you know, very hard to, you know, kind of cope with growing up, you know, it gives people hope because if he's doing well in life right now and, you know, from the looks of it, from social media, he's doing very fine. So for those of you who do have it, or for those of you who feel like you may be dealing with those type of things, you know, just stay courageous, stay, have that hope and hopefully, it won't be too crazy. But I think it's just unfortunate.
I haven't dealt with it. I know someone who deals with it. My little cousin's father, his mom actually deals with it, and like they have quite a few like mental illnesses in their family, and like he's like really hands on with his mom. So like at the baby, like my little cousin's baby shower is like she wants to help, but it's like it's certain times where she just like veers off into another person because she can't help herself. Right. So like see, I have experienced it, and it's like it sucks. But like you said, like it shows that there is hope for people like this. So if you do have it, just know that it's not the end of the road. Like keep working on it, seek help, keep up with it, and just know that it has at some point it has to, because it probably sucks, but it has to become your norm. Mm-hmm. So you gotta learn how to cope with it and keep up with it, and don't think that you're a bad person because you have this, or you're any different than anybody else. Like
He was arrested 4 years ago and convicted of the murder of 6 people in a violent rampage. Get this. Detective, please. Edward, listen to me. When faced with an intense trauma, a child's mind may fracture, creating disassociated identities. That's exactly what happened to Malcolm Rivers. He developed a condition that is commonly known as multiple personality syndrome. Why are you telling me this? Because you, Edward, are one of his personalities.
Oh, snap. Oh, snap. I didn't even notice that the guy was switching the whole time.
Whoa. Nah.
Jesus Christ, what the fuck did you do?
Yo.
Where the fuck is my face?
Oh, nah.
Here's your face.
Why am I tied up? What?
Oh.
Where is my face?
Edward, stay calm.
No, I'm not gonna stay calm. Why am I tied up like this? Who are all these people? What happened at the motel? Where is everybody?
They don't exist, Edward. You were all created by Malcolm as a child.
You're a liar!
Consider what you know. Everyone named after a state.
No,
Everyone
no,
shared
no.
the same birthday. Your blackouts.
No, I was a cop. I was a cop in the Rampart Division of LAPD for 6 years.
Edward, please.
I live in Hollywood. I live in a studio apartment.
You don't live there, Edward.
I do live there.
You don't live anywhere. I know this is difficult to accept, but the face you saw in that mirror is the face I've always seen when I talk to Edward, or Paris, or Larry, or anyone else you've met tonight. Malcolm is in the midst of a medical treatment, one which forces all his identities to confront one another for the first time.
That's wild.
I knew there would be violence, and with it, the number of the identities will be reduced. Reduced? One of the personalities you've met tonight, Edward, committed those murders 4 years ago. He took control of Malcolm's body, as you have now, and released an unspeakable rage. And in 19 hours, Malcolm Rivers will be put to death because of those actions, unless I can convince that man that the killer is gone. I need you to stay with me. Edward, I need your help. I need your help to finish this. Edward, listen to me.
Yo.
Edward, stay with me. Listen to me. I need you to understand. The killer cannot survive. Edward.
Wow.
So I'm
Yeah,
I'm trying to figure out. Like, so this is all one person.
Yo, you know what that low-key remind me of?
How does
That low-key remind me of Insidious.
Oh yeah.
Like how the people was coming into the body and taking over and they would turn into a whole different
like
person.
Exorcist type. Like,
Yeah, that's what that remind me of.
So this
show.
So it's just it's kind of like, I guess for people who deal with this, like an internal. It's more of internal.
Yeah.
Like the physical part, they don't see unless they're like internally feeling that person.
Exactly.
But I guess I wonder, like, does he really know what he looks like?
Right,
Because
that's
from what
I'm
I was watching, he
No
was
idea.
shocked by every person.
I
that he saw.
think what it is like in your head you tell yourself so bad or so like strongly that this is who you are.
Mhm.
When you look, that's who you're gonna see.
Right.
So like when you look into the mirror, like he's changed into that
changing.
person. So when he looks in the mirror, of course his mind is going to trick him into thinking that's what he's seeing.
Right.
It's like, yo, wow, that's different.
Yeah,
That's
That's different.
for anybody who watching and y'all
make sure y'all go check these movies out.
that's scary. That's kind of hard for anybody to deal with. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, like imagine
how that-
somebody dealing with that and then like you having to live with your family. Like, how do you
Mhm.
like? How does the family even like?
How do you
deal with
feel?
that?
And my thing is it always like nobody wants to deal with that, but what if somebody does have this disorder, but like it's good alter egos? You see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
Right.
that's true.
does
That's
any
true.
good come out of that? Like, it's kind of weird. Like, because every
Yeah,
example
because I
that
feel
we've
like
seen so far,
all movies are going to portray
like a
the
bad type
bad personality,
Yeah.
not the bad, but the personalities that are scary or are harmful or
Right.
are dangerous. Like, is there anyone out there who's dealing with multiple personalities that has the better qualities,
Exactly.
like
Right.
not the
Yeah.
Like, now they know
not
how
the
to
harmful,
read,
not the
now they
danger,
know how to
like-
write. Like, that would be
Oh,
crazy
wow.
though. Like, now that I think about it, like that would be crazy.
Yeah, I
Like,
don't think I've ever thought about it. that
Imagine
way.
meeting somebody that had that, but like, you know, they true self really couldn't do a certain thing, but like that next person,
Can.
they know how to write, they know how to read, they know how to.
Fact.
Like, it goes.
That goes deep.
Like, that's different. Like, you know,
Yeah.
it's just stuff to think about when it comes to this type of stuff. Because obviously it's easy to talk about like the negative aspect of it, but you know, some people probably dealing with this and have the positive qualities and just don't want to lose that. So like, it's kind of like it's a 50-50 thing for real. Like, you have both sides to it.
And I feel like honestly you just never know. Like even people who deal with it, like we seen like some distinguished characteristics of him, but there's probably some personalities that he hasn't even tapped into.
Yeah, exactly.
That he even
Exactly.
know about that. You know, like that's the part that like is mind blowing to me. Like you can have something inside of you that you just haven't tapped into. You just don't know that it's there, or
Yeah.
you don't even have a clue.
I think the craziest part is those people that have those multiple personalities, like you said, like it's some of them that you haven't even tapped into. But even when they're tapping into them, they don't even know that it's a whole different, like it's a different personality. That's just who they think they are. So it's
Right.
like if it's another personality that they haven't even experienced yet, think of how crazy that thing is. Oh wow.
And I think
That's
it's important for us to continuously like, you know, shed light on this, because as you can see here, we are learning as
y'all are.
we are just sitting here looking at different movies, you know, seeing different aspects of these different illnesses, and you know, I feel like we need to do more, like and investigating, like research and just reading into these things, learning about them, learning how we can help people. Just kind of like GVO does with their brand, just bringing awareness to it. You know, all it takes is for one shirt, somebody to wear that shirt, and for somebody to go out and to start talking about it, and just to bring, you know, awareness to it for somebody else to also want to be like, wow, I want to know about that. Like, you know, I'm not dealing with that, but you just never know the people in your surrounding circle that could be secretly dealing with this. We personally don't know anybody who deals with some of these mental health illnesses that we're covering right now. So if anybody who's watching this, if you guys know somebody who can shed light, or if you guys have personally dealt with some of these things, please put in our comments below some strategies or just some ideas that we could use, or some advice that we could give to help other people who are dealing with mental health illnesses. We're going to have to go back and sit down. Well, I've already watched some of these movies, but I'm definitely going to have to go back and sit down and watch Identity.
Yes.
Yeah.
But those movies will be below. And,
Another thing I can say too is like that's why I think that this brand needs to be even bigger. Like it needs to be even on a bigger platform, because these people can, if once this brand goes, because it's gonna go up. We already know it's gonna go up. But if a person sees another person with an orange shirt or a blue shirt or a pink shirt, they know that it means something. Like they know that it connects to their disorder. It could give them positive. Like, okay, this person either deals with it, knows how to deal with it, or knows someone dealing with it, or they're just an ally, you know? So it's like, that's why I think this brand is so important to society, and it needs to be on a bigger scale, because it could help a lot of people. It could help people understand that, like I said, there's people who care about you. We're not just wearing a pink shirt just because. We're not just wearing the shirt just because. Like, we're wearing it because we understand. We don't understand because not everybody's dealt with it, but we're here, and in any way possible, we're here to show you that we do care at the end of the day.
Right.
So yeah.
So we're definitely gonna put his link in our comment section below. Make sure y'all go down there, y'all click on it, y'all get y'all some gear. When can they expect some new gear out?
So COVID actually, it delayed a lot of our, products that we were gonna have, for the year, but we are gonna have an exclusive pre-order release for our new joggers. It's been all over Instagram. We do have some new joggers that we have coming out. We're gonna release for pre-order. It was originally supposed to be released in February, but since COVID kind of messed that all up, we couldn't get our bulk order in time. So we're gonna release it in the fall, but we're gonna release a pre-order next weekend to allow people to actually order it before the original release date. So you can look out for that. We got some new dad hats coming in as well that you could pre-order. And I don't want to speak on anything further, but those are just the two main things that we got coming very, very soon.
Okay.
And yeah, appreciate everybody's support this far. And for those of y'all that's dealing with these type of issues, definitely seek help. Stay strong. Know that you're not by yourself. And GVO is here for you. So thank y'all for having me.
And also, like you said earlier too, leave comments. Let us know, like, if you've dealt with it. If you don't want to personally say it, you can do it anonymously. We are open to having discussions in the comments. Let us know.
Judgment-free zone.
Judgment-free zone. Like, if you know somebody who dealt with it, you don't even have to say I deal with it. You can say I know somebody. Like, it's just let us know. Let us know, because we wanna know. We wanna be there. We wanna speak on it. And if you like videos like this, and if you like videos like this as well, let us know, because we want to know what you like. So we can just keep showing it. So yeah.
All right, we out.